it's either media or nothing. So whatever you're doing, if it is not known online, you may not really be able to thrive or compete with the top guys. Because I believe everybody here, one way or the other, you want to be at the top. You want to be among the 1% of the people doing what you do. You want to control things. You want to command authority. Or you want to just make money, depending on what you are doing in your business. So one major way to do that is media. So media has changed everything. So now you being online, you being visible online means that you can do everything online. So if your business is not tied to a place and you can go from country to country and you're still running your business, it means you have an um, online space. You have an identity online that is floating such that anywhere you are in the world, you are still able to communicate your business, you are still able to make money and all that. So media has come to stay, and either you like it or not, you have to adjust. You have to fit into it. A lot of people who say they are camera shy, they can't stand in front of camera, they can't do this, I can't create content, I can't do one or two things. You have to come out of your shells and do it, because nobody is going to do it for you the way you will. You are the one who should, market your product. You are the one who should talk about it the best way you can. Because if you tell someone to do it, they've not seen where you are going, so they may not be able to project it as much as you can. It is the person who received the vision that can cast it accurately. So you have to just come out of your shell and start recording, be online. I was seeing a content yesterday by Ving. Is a public speaker, is one Asian public speaker like that. So he raised up 2 books and said, who wants? Everybody start raising up their hands. And it's like, you shouldn't raise up your hand, just come for it. If you want the book, come for it. People came out and they were still standing, hoping he will give them. He was still saying that if you want the book, get it. So they had to jump and take the book from him right on the stage. So he now said afterwards that many people are waiting for others to announce them, or they are waiting for others to permit them to do something. Whereas you just take the bull by the horn and do what you need to do. Don't wait for people to discover your business. Don't wait for people to see, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Why are people not patronizing me? You are the one to take it to them. You have to show it to them. You have to make sure, shove it down their throat. They must always be seeing you. That is the idea. That's what visibility is all about. Let everybody know about what you do. If they mention you anywhere, one thing should come in their mind. The first thing, what you want them to know about you, should be the first thing that comes up in their mind. Back in secondary school, I believed, I don't know, maybe it's from Kung Fu movies where you have this master that is training this young guy, and the young guy goes to revenge or just to fight and wins, and then like Karate Kid. There's this other movie, Jack Chan movie, Drunken Master, Snake in the Eagle Shadow, all those things. Those movies gave us this mindset that there is a master that is training somebody to fight for what cause, whatever cause. Most times it's all about vengeance, right? So it kind of built a mindset in me, so that when I got to secondary school, I entered senior secondary school, I started with that mindset as well. And my excuse for that is because I felt I don't have to be on the stage. I can train somebody to be on the stage instead. And then I'm just at the backstage, taking all the glory, being smiling that I trained him. So I knew how to play keyboard right from secondary school. So and there's this guy, he's not so good. So when I became friends with him, I decided to train him. So I trained him and he became better. So we would perform in class, everybody would clap, everybody, he became the star. And then he was just like looking up to me. Nobody even knew I could play keyboard. I was enjoying that obscurity. And then I bought one mouth organ, this harmonica that they play. So I could play it because I knew how to play keyboard. So I just had to look for the do re mi fa sol la si do and started playing songs. And I gave him and he started play. I taught him and he started playing too. So anytime we're on free period in class, public schools, anytime we have free period, somebody somebody just comes up and starts cracking jokes. Another person comes up and dance. Another person comes up and performs. So he came up and performed and did so well. So it was beginning to become the attention of the class. And I was there, nobody knew me. And I wasn't bothered because I just wanted to be at the backstage doing that because I just felt that was my purpose. You get, but deep down when I started growing, when we got to SS3, I eventually broke out of that. But what made me break out was I realized that the reason why I'm not at the forefront is because I had self doubt. I was not I was shy. I had stage fright and all those things. So he was a person that he could just stand in front, even to say rubbish, he could stand in front of a crowd to just do stuffs. So then when I realized that it was a self-esteem issues, so I had to tackle it. So there was just a day I just gathered a few friends and I started playing this stuff. And everybody started looking at me. They were like, "What's going on? Where? How? What's going?" You get? But from that day on, I started showing my own face too, because I knew nobody else can represent me the way I can represent myself. So maybe you've been doing that. So maybe you have a business and then you're putting somebody else in front of the camera to talk about your business for you because you think they are good at it than you are. You can be good at anything, just put your mind to it. Is it speaking? Is it being on camera? Is it anything you want to become? You can be good at it. The reason why many people feel this is not for me is because you've not devoted enough time to it. So as a beginner or as a total beginner, maybe you've not done it before, you watched your video, you even tried this one time and you watched a video and you were cringing that how is my voice sounding like this, how is my face like this, how is why am I turning my neck, why am I saying 100 times, why am I saying all these things, they are just normal stuffs, right? You're doing them because you've not been trained in that regard. So what do you need to do? Get training. But before that, so that you will not use that as an excuse, what's the best way to start? The best way to start is just start. In my class, I have my recent class I just concluded. When I was giving them projects to do, I told them that even if you are using Nokia, as long as the Nokia has camera, use it to shoot your project. Don't tell me you don't have a good phone to shoot. So if you want to shoot and you are saying you don't have a good phone that can shoot, or you are saying I don't have this, start with that. If your phone is Techno and you use it to shoot and it's showing like a Zoom video, don't worry. That does not have to go online. Start with that. Start practicing with it. So when you play the first time, you play it back, it will sound somehow. Everybody's like that. Go and ask everywhere. People always feel the same way. They see their videos and they cringe, they feel somehow. People who don't feel, I don't feel that way anymore because I've done countless numbers of videos. So I've watched my own videos over and over again that I became confident at it. So even if somebody says, "Why is your voice sounding like that?" or "Why is," I don't know. Anything they say, I don't even care again because I know my videos are blessing lives and it's going out, it's doing stuffs, right? So it never became an issue again, but you have to just start at from that spot. After tonight, start. Now let me say this before I forget. The best way to start and the best way to, if you want to, let me say it like this so that you get it. And please don't forget this. It's very, very important. Very, very important. If you want to be an authority at what you do in your business or in your field. You want to be an authority. The best and easiest way to become an authority at what you do is to start educating people. If you want to shoot a video, maybe you sell perfumes. Let me just start from that. Maybe you sell perfumes. What should your videos be about? Are you going to say that 10 best perfume you should buy today? This one, you start mentioning the names. No. Start with educating people. So how do you educate people with respect to perfume? Scents. There are different categories of scents. People don't even know, right? There was a content I saw one day that changed totally. So anytime I go to buy perfume, I always look out for it. They gave us different names to look out for on perfume. That if you see, on perfume bottles, you used to see eau de toilette, eau de perfume, EAU. Those are the French words. EAU de toilette, EAU de parfum, PARFUM, EAU de something. They gave us three variances of those. That if you see this on the bottle, it means it won't last long. If you see this on the bottle, it means it will stay for a longer time, and all those things. Those are codes. People don't know about this. You are in that field. Study, make your research and educate us. So by the time you're educating us, number one, I would love to watch your content because I want to know. I don't want to make mistakes when buying perfume. Some of you you sell clothes. Maybe you sell tops and all those things. Educate us on combinations, color combinations, what to wear to office, what to wear for hangouts, casual wears, what to wear for. It doesn't have to be within the jurisdiction of what you are selling. Maybe you are selling joggers. Still educate us on dressing generally. Educate us on dressing, and then you're always linking it to what you are selling. But don't sell to us, just educate us. We know this is what you do. Educate us and we ask questions. Okay, I need to do this, you recommend. I need to do this, you recommend. Somebody asked me recently, although I've not replied the person. It's one of my very, very devoted people that are working with me. So he asked me that I've never seen you post on your status that videography service patronize me. When he asked me, I realized that that's true. I've never done it before. I don't even have a design that says our services, shoot birthday, weddings, all those things that people used to do. Buy my products, sell what I'm selling, I will buy what I'm selling. I've never done it before, and I've never run out of clients because I educate people. I tell you what you need to know concerning this. Automatically, you just trust me that I can do it best, and then you give me the work. That I won't even tell you come and buy from me. I just educate you. My friend Adeshina, what does he do on this thing? He tells you how to look out for the wrong real estate, how to avoid scams. I just talk about different things that nobody wants to talk about, and then people automatically trust. If you educate people, they will trust you. You don't have to sell to them. They will just trust you. A church consulted with me, a church in UK, Ireland in UK, consulted with me to help them with their media stuff. So he was asking me questions. I was giving him different advices. I'm like, sir, let's start with this. Even though okay, for example, he asked me, okay, in a long video, if I want to cut excerpt from a long video, how many excerpts can I cut that will be enough? Now, my answer to that questions can be in two phases. If I'm a selfish person, I'm going to tell him, because the number of excerpts I cut from his teachings, the more money I make. Let's say I cut one excerpt for 50K. If I say from one teaching, I can cut 10 excerpts from one teaching. Literally, I can cut 10 excerpts from one teaching. That is 10 times 50. That's like 500K already, right? But I told him that, sir, you're just starting. Let's start with maybe one or two and let's see how it goes. So as time goes on, we can now start increasing it. Because indirectly, they are noticing your answers. They know. It's not that they don't know. So if you now try to play smart, that sir, you're just starting, let's do 10-10 for each teaching. let's just keep doing 10, let's keep doing 10. They will know that you are only after the money and there's nothing good coming from you, and they will just shut you out. So I told him, let's just start with 1 or 2. In fact, he will send me a sermon. I'll say, from this whole sermon, I don't think there's anything we need to cut. Let's just wait till next week. You teach another sermon and then we cut. Okay, from this whole sermon, I could only cut 2. From this whole sermon, I could only cut 1. And then like that, they see that, okay, this guy is not after my money. He's after value. So what did he do? When they wanted to get their media gadget in Ireland, UK, guys, listen, they want to get their media gadget in Ireland. He said he's not convenient buying it himself because he's not sure he's going to get the right things. So he sent me the money to buy it in Nigeria and sent it back to him in Ireland through DHL. So I wrote a budget for him in millions. So he has not met me one-on-one before. So there's this saying that people usually agree with. They say, you save the best for the last. When it comes to online media and all that, don't save the best for the last. Let the best come first. So that is where hooks come in. So when we scroll on Instagram or on TikTok or any social media platform, what determines if anybody will watch the video, either I know the person before or not, is the first few statements. The opening statement will tell if I want to see this video or not. And now I'm scrolling past like 10 videos and I stopped to watch one. Why did I stop to watch? You ask yourself when you scroll online, why do you stop to watch that one? Number one, the first statement they say communicated something to you. Not just anything, something that is your need, or something that you feel, I'm going to love this, or something that now when it comes to people you don't know, all right, now if you are scrolling and you see Apostle Femi Lazarus video, you already knew him, right? And you probably stay to watch because you know you've been getting consistent value from this person. But you that nobody knows you from anywhere, and then they are scrolling past and they see your video, it means you have to convince them to stay in the first 5 seconds of your video. So the idea of saving the best for the last will not work here, because people want the best at the right beginning of the whole thing. Don't save the best for the last. Don't put the best listing under. Put it at the top. In fact, in some cases, I've done that several times. If I know that my video, the hook of my video, for people to understand the video, the best part of the video has to be in the middle. I'll bring it from the middle to the beginning to bring people's attention, and then we now start the video all over. Most times you get to see that. So that is the idea of hooks. So out of the millions of videos that are going online every day, yours is one of them. And what determines if people will stop to watch your video is how you started it. Either it could be offensive, it could be helpful, it could be enlightening, it could be anything, but it should be the core of your message. Let the core of your message be at the beginning, and you have to carve it as an excerpt. Let me give you an example. Let me use another business. Let's say you are an online tutor, for example. All right, you are an online tutor, and then I'm sorry for using these examples. I just want to start from the grassroots. Copy and paste in, I know people that are into oil and gas are here and all that. So, but copy and paste. I'm just trying to start with like from the lowest point, so that once you can relate with those, because everybody at one point or the other you've tutored before because of the education system. So you're an online tutor, and then you are creating a video online. So how do you start? How do you start that kind of a video? Or you've created a course, and then you want to sell it, you want to create a video for it. How do you do that? So you have to start with the statement, your problem statement. You say there's a problem statement. The reason why you started this, we say this is why I'm doing this research. So the reason why you are doing the video, let that statement be the first thing that comes out of your mouth, right? So you the reason. So you want to start your video with something like, maybe you put together a book that can help a child pass their exams, right? And then you now want to do a video. You don't start your video with, "Hi guys, tutor this, bring your kids, I have a book to sell." You don't start your whatever with that. Start with the problem. Why did you create the book? For kids that are having learning difficulties, right? You can start with that. If your kids are having learning difficulties, this video is for you. Anybody or any parent that their kids are having learning difficulty, they will stop and watch your video. Even if after that first statement, even if you want to say rubbish, they will at least stop and watch it first and now see that, oh, it's rubbish that this guy is saying, let me now move. But I trust you will not say rubbish after that smart intro. So you start with an intro that communicate directly to your audience. Not everybody will wait, because some people that are still that don't have those problems, they won't wait. Parents whose kids are not having learning difficulties, they won't wait to watch your stuff. Okay, but those that your videos are targeted towards will definitely wait and watch your videos. All right, so your mindset being online, or you're trying to, in the race of attention and visibility, don't 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 be looking out for I want my videos to go viral. Because if you want your videos to go viral, there are things to do for your videos to go viral. It will not just align with your dreams and visions and purpose. But you get people like controversy. If you say one rubbish now, your video will go viral. But okay, after it goes viral, what's next? You get. But know what you want to do. Okay, these are my audience. This is what I intend to pass across. Then always start your videos with those problem statements. Those are the hooks. So after you've drawn out your script or what you want to say, start with the core of that message. Start with it. Even if the video originally doesn't start with that, right? If the video originally doesn't start, maybe like a podcast or something, it doesn't start with anything interesting. Look for the interesting part, cut it and put it at the beginning, so that when people stumble on it, they see the interesting part, and then you just, after the first statement, you now start from the. I'm sure you've seen content like that before. Then they take you back to the beginning so that you can understand the flow and how we arrived at this first statement that made you stop in the first place. So that is the power of hooks. All right. So professionally, in this field that I'm in, they call it, generally they call it photography. So either you are doing still photography or you are doing motion pictures. It's all photography. So me as a videographer, I'm practicing photography. A person snapping pictures is also practicing photography. And the word photography comes from the word light, right? Photo is light. So that tells you that, why am I going to etymology? That tells you that light is the most important thing when it comes to capturing videos. Not the phone you are using, not the camera you are using, the light first. Because if there is no light, you are not going to have good quality. Imagine I'm using the most expensive camera and I decide to shoot with a candle light. It will not give me the value I want. When you see candlelight in movies, it's not the candlelight that is giving the light. They've put lights everywhere. They just do it in a very nice way and just use that light to practical light. So professionals here know what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, light is everything. Invest in light first before you even say you want to buy camera. If you have the money, buy the best lights. But if you don't, start with ring lights. But if you want to buy ring light, don't buy all these small tiny one. Those ones are for makeup, for you to see in the mirror and do your makeup. It's not for content. Buy a big ring light. Those wide ones, they will give you more illumination. So you put it in front of you and you do your stuff. But if you feel I've used ring lights, I want to go a notch higher, go and buy a soft box. I will not recommend all these rectangular whatever LED. Don't buy it. I don't recommend it ever. It's a failure. No, it's not a failure, but It's for makeup artists. Don't buy it. Buy light, softbox, all those stuff that looks like umbrella. Buy it and just seek counsel from people you know are in the field, right? Seek counsel because a few people have reached out to me recently and they say buy light. It's very important. Another thing, once you've invested in light and maybe you don't have a camera or you don't have a phone, so what phone should you go for? Well, everybody has been going for iPhones and all that. So start with iPhone. Anyone, iPhone X, iPhone 12, iPhone 11, iPhone 13, or 17, or iPhone 20. Anyone you can afford, buy it and use. But just make sure that your light game is on point. When you have the normal white light, then have something colored that you can just put at the background. Those are just basic things you need to have. And aside that, after shooting, how do I edit? CapCut is the best tool you can use for now. They keep upgrading their stuffs. In fact, I even just noticed some upgrade recently. And of course, CapCut is not free, but if you are serious with what you want to do, the subscription fee should not be a big deal for you. So CapCut, invest in light, get an iPhone. If you don't have, at least you have a friend that has an iPhone. Be giving the friend, buy the friend yogurt. Say, please borrow me your iPhone for a few minutes. Buy them. People, just hustle your way out of that situation that when you now blow, you can now afford camera, buy Sony cameras, you can now shoot and do anyhow you want. But based on your level, at least I've been able to speak to every level now. Pick what works for you and then start. But if you don't have any of those things, it's still not an excuse. You can shoot during the day. What I always advise people is shoot against the window. There's a light source coming from your window. Face the window, set your camera on the window, maybe with a stand. If you don't have stand, use clip, use anything, tie your phone on anything you want to do it, shoot against it, get something backdrop to cover so that people will not be seeing your room, or curtain or anything, put it behind you, but be facing the window. That's the best light source, originally from God. Do it and shoot your content. You will not be there forever, it's just for a while. Start and you keep growing. It's just gradual, and then before you know it, you're already doing something as colorful and as rich. So if you don't have mic, so that people will still not say I have not started because I don't have mic, use another phone, put it on voice recorder. So while you are shooting, you are using the phone is close to you, you are talking into it. So when you want to edit, bring out the audio, bring out the video, merge it together, you have a cleaner audio, because most times your phone might be far away from you and you are talking, the sound will not be good. So you need another phone as your mic. Use it. Some people, you see them doing interview with phone, doing like this. They are using it as mic in the context. So it doesn't matter. Phone can also be your mic. So, but anything you are shooting, make sure your voice is also clear, because if I can see you and I can't hear you, I'll scroll past you. So sound is also very important. So storytelling, most people use the term storytelling, but they really don't know what it means. So now let me come back home. Apostle Femi Lazarus videos, they are excerpts, yes, but they are storytelling concepts. We've used storytelling concepts behind the scene to project excerpts. So now, when this video started going viral, every church started using the same concept. And what shows if something is you're telling a story or not, it is in the relativity of this stuff. Now, every element of your video matters. Where you are shooting it from, how you are presenting it, the visuals, the sound, everything matters. So if all you do is sit down and shoot, talk about what you want to do, and just shoot, edit, and post, you are not telling any story, you are just giving us information, right? So when you see excerpts, I'm just using excerpts so that everybody can perfectly relate. So when you are telling a story from excerpt, let me use an example of excerpt. You notice that when the video starts, maybe Apostle is talking about scent of water, that it is not over for you. You can still do it. Yeah, you know, this point, God does not hate you. You can still, when at the scent of water, something can come out of you. Something can come out of nothing, right? Something, maybe that's the concept of the video, right? So how do we make it feel? How do we make the person in that shoe? How do we make the person cry because of watching that video? So many people will watch the video and cry, and it will touch them, and they keep watching over and over. Some people will watch and not know why they are watching. There's a spiritual aspect of it that brings the word in that raw form, right? But when the word is coming that strong and there is nothing to cushion it, to enhance it, and furthermore project it to the audience, it kind of douses the effect. So what now propels it more when it now comes to the media is the sounds, the way you cut them, and the composition, what comes afterwards. Which word? Because most times I've heard it over and over again that people that were under the sermon, they come online and see the excerpts, and then they are wondering, was I even actually under the sermon? Because something has happened to the video. What he said first is not necessarily what he said first in the sermon. We've rearranged some things. You've put something in front, you put something in the back, by the leading of the Holy Spirit, of course, to just still project. It's still the same story you are telling, but you are now telling it in a way that it resonates with the people. So the places where there's a long pause and there's a slow motion, you are letting it sink in. So that statement you just made, let it sink in, give it a pause, and then increase the audio, the sound, just to some emotional kind of sound that can really trigger something. And then you look for the best part, put at the end. That's the call to action. Every video must have the hook, the body, and the call to action. The hook is what keeps you on the video. The body is you are getting the reward for stopping to watch the video. And then the call to action is, okay, after getting this knowledge, what am I supposed to do next? What am I taking, my takeaway from this video? Because most times, the things that people remember in videos are the first thing and the last thing that you hear. So when the outro now comes in, that word can now, in some cases, we add echo to the last part. Add echo, it resounds. There was one video like that where he was sharing about how he was preaching in church, and then thieves came in. As a thief, stouts came in on campus, to a cultist came in to carry him, and then because he converted one of their babes and all that. And then after the end of the video, I can still remember when he now said, Olugbejami. Like, the concept of that video is God will fight for me no matter what. Eventually in the story, the people started praying in tongues. They gave their life to Christ, all those cultist guys. And then he ended it with, Olugbejami is the one who fights for you, and then you are scared. Then Olugbejami, that sentence, that word, I had to add echo to it to resound. So everybody commenting kept saying Olugbejami, 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 because it gave them a revelation that no matter the situation, God can still fight for you. Even when it comes to a gunpoint issues, God can still fight. That is storytelling. Sure, you get. So people, a normal sermon can be, you can bring it out and pieces it and arrange it together in a way that it tells a certain story for the viewers, and then they just get something out of it that they run with. And some people just see it and then they're like, I'm done with this life, I'm going back to church. I'm done with this life, I'm giving my life to Christ. I'm done with this, I must start doing something with my life. So that is storytelling, not necessarily you saying once upon a time this. No, the story you are telling with your video should be that every element in your video is agreeing with the core of that message, the message you are giving out. Every element in it is agreeing with it. Every video you are adding to your stuff everything is going in line with what you're. That's why different movies, when it comes to Hollywood now, different movies have the tone that they use, maybe a dark tone, or they are telling a story that they are telling a story without saying it, but you are seeing it, you are absorbing everything. Everything plays together as one to just give you that experience. So That's what storytelling means. So every video you want to create, if you know you want to tell a story, it's not only about what you are saying, it is how you are saying it, the sound you are using, the everything. So if you are saying something funny, there should be a sound that is, there are funny sounds too that, many people, comedies, they add memes to their stuff. That is also storytelling. You are supporting your content with every element just to tell a particular story, that to make people laugh or to make people repent or to make people learn. That is storytelling. Thank you.